The Leave Allowance Templates page can be found under the Payroll Settings tab, which can be found here and also here. You can find the Leave Allowance Templates page under the Pay Conditions section here. A Leave Allowance template will help make managing leave for employees much easier. With Leave Allowance templates, you can create predefined sets of leave accrual values, which can then be applied to any new and existing employees. This then allows you to bulk update leave values for employees if you need to make any changes to the leave accrual rates or method, saving you the time of having to do this individually for each new employee. On this page here, you can see a list of existing Leave Allowance templates. You can also see the number of employees that are linked to that template. If you then click on the number of employees linked to this template, a pop-up window opens on the right-hand side here. This will bring up all the details of all the active and terminated employees which are linked to this template. To create a new Leave Allowance template, simply click on the Add icon on the right-hand side of the screen. You'll first need to give your new template a name, then you can select the leave year settings here. You can choose to start the leave year on the employee's start date or the following date. If you opt for the following date, a new box will appear and you can add your chosen date. You also have the option to use individual employee settings, which can be figured on the Employee Leave Allowance page. The next section is the Enabled Leave Categories. Here you can select the leave categories that employees assigned to this Leave Allowance template will be able to apply for. You'll notice that only leave categories that automatically accrue leave are displayed in the Leave Allowance section. We'll take a closer look at the Leave Allowance and Override buttons now. Each leave category listed under the Leave Allowances has an Override button. Clicking on Override will allow you to amend the values that are already there by default. When you click the Override box, the greyed out boxes will disappear, meaning they can now be edited, and you can enter a new set of values for that specific leave category. When you're configuring your leave allowances, you'll have the following options. The unit type. If the leave category is tracked, you can set whether the entitlement accrues as standard days per year, standard weeks per year, hours per hour worked, or hours per pay run. Once you've selected your unit type, you can select the units here. The unit field sets the entitlement amount for each leave category. If you click on the calculator icon here, you can see a breakdown of accrual amounts. This is also a useful tool when trying to calculate accruals. Accrues. This can be set to either accrue on an ongoing basis or to accrue according to the employee's leave year. If you select on an ongoing basis, you'll then only have the option of whether to limit or not limit the accruals for the leave. There will be no settings past this point. If you choose to accrue based on the employee's leave year, as you can see, you'll have a few more settings to configure. These are whether or not you want the leave to accrue in advance. This means that the total amount of leave owed to the employees within the leave year will be accrued up front in the employee's first pay run. The employee will then no longer continue to accrue leave during the leave year. Please note that accrue in advance should not be selected while using the hours per hours worked unit type. At the beginning of the next leave year, the entire leave entitlement will again be added to the employee's balance in the pay run dated after the employee's leave year. The next setting here is whether or not accruals for this leave category are not limited or limited to. If you select the limited to option, you also need to enter the required number of days or hours for the leave year that you'd like the leave category limited to. The last section is whether or not you want the leave to carry over. You can choose to carry over the entire balance or a maximum of. If this option is selected, you'll need to enter the amount of days that can be carried over. If you do choose to have a maximum number of days carried over, an employee's leave balance is greater, the balance will be adjusted in the pay run. Once you have finished configuring your leave allowance template, scroll down the page and click Save. Now the leave allowance template has been saved, when you go to create a new employee, or you'd like to add this leave allowance template to existing employees, you'll be able to select this template from the employee's pay run defaults page. Finally, if you do need to make changes to an existing leave allowance template, you can. I'm going to use this template here as an example, and I'm going to change the annual leave from 28 to 30 standard days per year. When you're happy with your change, again scroll to the bottom and press Save. This will open up the following box confirming that some employees are already linked to this leave allowance template, and you'll be asked if you want to apply the changes to all linked employees. This includes active and inactive employees. Once you've clicked OK, any employees linked to this template will have their leave accrual updated. You can also copy your leave allowance template, which is useful if you need to create another slightly different template. Simply hover over the template and click on the select icon here. Once you copy the template, you just need to update the name, make the required changes, and click Save. And there you have it, the leave allowance templates page.